coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts. Hey man, shout out everybody out there on Team Banky Pound, man. I appreciate it. Boom, boom. I appreciate the support. TBP Nation, stand up. Let's go, baby. Let's do it. Check your subscriptions, man. Check your subscriptions. Lately, I've been told again, people are being unsubscribed, and they don't know nothing about it until they recheck. Only way they know they're not getting their notifications. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you can be aware every time a video drop, every time a short drop. You know, big love to the membership. Make sure you are subscribed. Big love. I appreciate y'all, man. Let's go. Let's get it. TBP Nation. We out here. Man. Pushing this P, maybe. Listen. Man, when I first went to Powhatan, man, that was an experience. I told y'all about coming in and how it was, and I bumped heads with, you know, Captain Scott and all this and all that. But let me tell you something, man. When the first time that it got dark in there, like at nighttime, man, it's a feeling that I could only describe as like, excuse me, it's like being in a dark alley, man. Being in a dark alley with a lot of people you don't know. That's how it felt. I'm telling you, literally, it felt like being in a dark alley with a bunch of people you ain't know, and all of them was dangerous. It was crazy, man, because the tier is so long, and at nighttime, I think we was going in at 11:30. So it's dark in there. It's dark. It's literally dark on the tier. And you got to remember, when I first got there, they did not have electronic doors. They didn't have a booth. They didn't have that. They put that there while I was there, or maybe the second year or whatever, second, third, I don't know. But it wasn't there when I first got there. So it was an old school prison. It was Powhatan is one of the second, I think it was the second oldest prison in Virginia besides the Wall, right? So when they opened the doors, they literally had to go to a panel booth at the beginning of the tier on each tier individually, the CO. Pull this big lever down, boom, lock it into place, and all the doors will pop open. All the doors will pop open, and then they'll close the lever. Now, they only closed that when it was time to lock back up. Bam. You know what I'm saying? So picture this now. So that means that when they open them doors, all these doors are open. The only thing you can do is just pull your door back close if you're not coming out. But the door is not locked. It is not locked. So this is how a lot of people was getting slaughtered up in there. That's why they call it, and they nicknamed the slaughterhouse. Because if you beefing with somebody, it behooves you to be up every time the doors is open. But, you know, you got to think, this is the penitentiary, man. Dudes is tired at different times, whatever the case may be. But if you got a beef or you got an issue, or it behooves you not to sleep unless them doors are closed. You did? Because somebody could just pop your door, run up in there on you. You know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't, you know what I'm saying? It didn't have no lock on it, right? So you had dudes that did different things, like, you know, if they weren't coming out, they'd tie a sheet or something on their door, or they'll put something on there to make it, you know what I'm saying, where they could tell if somebody was trying to come in there, where they'll wake up or whatever the case may be. But I think when I first got there, they wasn't giving out the locks. They had stopped they won't giving out locks because they want you to put your own lock on your door. After they got the booth and all that stuff in there, then they start selling locks. You could use your lock to open and lock your door. But man, at nighttime, down that long alleyway, man, it was pitch black dark in there, man. Dudes is walking around with the state coat on, button all the way up, scullies pulled all the way down, hands in they pocket, hands in their pants. Everybody scrap like a Georgia ham, and you don't know nobody, and you moving around up in this dog joint like, man, what the shit it? You know, dudes going in dudes' cells and taking advantage of them. Dudes going in dudes' cell, pulling robbery moves. Dudes beefing in the pod, trying to creep up on each other. Everybody's eyeballing everybody, and you just moving around. Now you got up front, they just got like a regular desk, and an officer is sitting up there. That could be a female or either a male. They ain't coming down that tier. They not coming down that tier, man. Not you got to be somebody who been there a long time. One of them jokers that been working there and he, got a rapport or something with most of the convicts. But 9 times out of 10, they not coming down that tier, bro. So if you all the way in the back and you got action, you got beef, you got static, you on your own. You dig? You on your own. If you in your cell, you got static, you on your own. Now, keep in mind, they sitting at the front of the desk. That's one officer. You got 3 tiers. They can't even see up on the top tier what's going on. Definitely can't see in the shower. You know what I'm saying? Definitely can't see in the washroom. Definitely can't see in the stairway. You dig? It won't even no cameras up in this joint. No cameras. No locked doors when the doors is open. Man, you in a madhouse. With 180 convicted felons from everything you could think of. Yeah, think about it. Yeah, that too. Everything, man. So I remember, man, that feeling though, I was thinking about it this morning. It was like, man, that was really like overwhelming because even in the war, it was like, it wasn't that many out at the same time unless you went to the yard. You know what I'm saying? We went to the yard, they let people out like that. But when we was in when I was there, we was in the block, they was transitioning into trying to shut this joint down. So we coming out with a tier. So you talking about maybe 60, 65 people, you know what I'm saying, at a time. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're going on the yard, then there's more, you know what I'm saying? But 60, 65 to double that to like 100, 185, 200 people, dog. It might have been 200 people on. I can't even count the cells on Powhatan in my mind. It's just because the tier's so long. But maybe 200. Just you in there, you got to fend for yourself. You know what I'm saying? You got to fend for yourself. You got young dudes just coming in scared to death, trying to stay in their cell. You can't stay in your cell. You got dudes that's gonna pull that door open and come up in your cell, man. What you got going on, man? What you got up in your box, man? I'm hungry. Or they want something else. Some dudes was getting extorted. Them dudes was getting beat. Them dudes was making the call home and get money sent to other people's books. I mean, you had to get you know what I'm saying? You had to get you one of them things, man, to make sure, you know what I'm saying, what's going on. Now, I knew some people in there. Like I said, when I first got there, a troop was there, but then he ain't stay long. He was gone. You know what I'm saying? I had 1 or 2 homeboys in there that I had been around. Richie Rich had just left. He had just slaughtered somebody in the cell on the way up to the mountain, was still up there. This is in what? 2000. This was in, maybe 99, 2000, 2001. Up in this area, like 99, 2000, 2001. Yeah, he went on up in the mountains. When I got up into the mountains in 2009, he was still up there. When I left in 2012, 13, still up there. You understand? Still up there. You understand? So yeah, man, it was an eerie feeling, man. And then when I think about it, I think about back in the day, man, when I was young, like in the city or something like that. And man, you out there and you moving ran out and about or something, like in Georgetown or Uptown or something, you had to use the bathroom, man, you go up in the alley, man, you looking all around, man, because that's where the jokers be lurking at. People live in that alley, you know what I'm saying, like you see in the movies, you know, you walking down a dark alley and you don't know what's going. That's how it was on that tier, man, especially that bottom floor on that tier, you know, and dudes didn't want to go up in that stairway, man, because you had to, you know what I'm saying, you had to go up the stairs to get to the second tier, to get to the third tier. And a lot of people go in that third shower, which had a door on it, and they go up in there and they get it in. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about knife fights, fist fights, you know what I'm saying? Somebody hold the door down, and it's going down, bro. It's going down. Man, you know how many dudes when I first got there, I seen, you know, I heard, pop, look around, like, man, what's going on? And somebody in the back getting hit up or done got busted in the head with a lock in the sock, or they done shoot the monkey to somebody, double banked them, triple banked them, stomped them out. And you see dudes trying to get up to the front of the till where the CO is sitting there, and they come up there bloody and beating up. And what's hey, they got to get on the radio to call people to come in there. You don't know who did it. If he don't tell it, it's going unsolved. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no cameras. It's all the way in the back of the till. So a lot of dudes will try to play the front and be chopping it up right there, kicking it. Dudes will bring their chair out, sitting in there. Man, dudes are smoking weed, cigars, pipes, cigarettes. You know what I'm saying? It's just madhouse up in this joint. It's smoky. If it's in the wintertime, it's cold. Everybody got their coats on. If it's in the summertime, it's blazing hot, but dudes still got their coats on. You know what I'm saying? So you know what's going on, right? It was just, man, I was like, man, my life is effed all the way up. It's just how it make you feel. It'll get you depressed if you sit around and you think about it a lot. It'll get you depressed, man, because it's like, man, this is all I got going on. This is what I got to wake up to every day. This is what I got to go to sleep to every night. And man, I was like, this is great. And then you just got to, you know, you already had it, which I had already had by this point. It's already locked in my mind that, you know, when it comes time to do what I got to do, it's going to get done. But you nervous, pervous too, because it's like, you know, that might be the end for you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Either or. You know, if it reverse on you and the dude gets you, he might get you out of there. If you get a dude and you end up getting him too bad, you get him out of there, guess what? You ain't never getting up out of there. You know what I'm saying? You ain't never getting up out of there. So it's like a heavy pressure that's on you, man, all the time. Man, it's like, man, it's like, it's hard living, dog. I'm telling you, man, bro, it's hard living because you so anxious, you so nervous at all times because you don't know what's gonna pop up. Man, dudes be secretly hating on you for no reason, bro. They just don't like you. They don't like your aura. They don't like your look. They don't like that you got something that they don't have. They don't like that you get visits and they don't get visits. They don't like that you use the phone and they can't use the phone. They don't like none of that. You got some decent shoes on and they walking around in state boots. They don't like you. Waiting for you to look at them wrong. Waiting for you to say something to them wrong. Waiting because they got a lot of frustration they trying to get out. So you got to be paying attention to all of that, man. You got to see and don't see. You got to peep signs. You got to know, you know what I'm saying, what's going on. You know, people don't even believe. Bro, I'm telling you, if you get visits, that's why when people was asking me about Carmelo Anthony, would he be all right? I say, ain't nobody can tell you that. You know what I'm saying? Only person can tell you that is God. You did? Because it's like he gets so much support, or he got a lot of support right now from the public and what's going on. So people going to support him when he in prison too. Probably write him letters, send him money, this, that, and the third. Come see him. You know, he going to probably be able to pick up the phone at will and call whoever he want when he want, just to talk to somebody on the street. But you got people in there that will hate you for that. You got people in there that will hate you for that. You got people in there that will try to hurt you for that. I promise you, I'm not exaggerating. Because you got dudes, his mind is so gone, they've been locked up 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 years, and ain't nobody looked out for them. Everybody done abandoned them. Everybody don't mess with them no more. And they see you, and they like, who the It's you to get. And don't nobody look out for me like that. And don't. So they want to extort you. They want to hurt you. They want your life. You know what I'm saying? I mean, figuratively and literally, they want your life. Like, I want somebody to come see me. I want to be able to call. Ain't nobody supporting me like that. Man, I got railroaded. And what everybody crying about him for? You got Bammers like that up in there. You understand me? You got Bammers up like that. You go to that commissary, you come back and you eating every night. And they can't go to the store. They don't like you, man. They don't like you, man. And they will hurt you at the first sign that you get them at the wrong look, or you speak to them, or you know what I'm saying, catch eye contact with them. They own you. They own your top. You know what I'm saying? Sick. You know what I'm saying? Real talk, sick. I was getting some crazy looks when I first come in there because I had my own. I ain't asking nobody for nothing. I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I knew dudes in there that didn't like me. But I always had on the stone face, and I let it be known that I'm gonna give you what you're looking for. I'm gonna give you what you're looking for. I promise you I'm gonna give you what you're looking for. All this smiling and all this y'all see me doing there, and they won't none of that. I ain't doing none of that. My face is the same every day. Even when I'm talking to somebody on the pod and they funny and they kiki and ha, and if I'm laughing like this. Yeah. Man, because I don't know what's going on. And I got to be ready and I got to be hip to everything. And people is watching everything. They watch your moves. They watch your body language. They watch how you conduct yourself with other people, who you conduct yourself with, what type of people you kicking it with. You see what I'm saying? So then it boils down to you got to know who you talking to. I could be cool with this dude. I know this dude, or this dude my own boy, but he might have did some crazy stuff before I got there. He might have built up some enemies before I got there. Now, I done inherited his enemies, not even knowing. Because it ain't like he might tell me, not even knowing. You see what I'm saying? So, wicked, man. It's dark up in that joint. I was thinking about that today. I'm like, man, why wouldn't they even put light up in that joint? Why? It's like they promote this stuff. They want to, you know what I'm saying? They want it to be as violent as it was, as crazy as it was. We ain't got no lighting, bro. You ain't got no lighting up in this joint with 200 convicted felons moving around at nighttime. At nighttime. Man, it was insane, man. That was wicked, man. That joint was wicked. But when you in the middle of situations like I spoke about recently in the Morning Mud, man, it's like you ain't got no choice. So it ain't like, man, this ain't right, man. They know better than this. They could do, man. Don't know, man. Ain't nobody fighting at that. You in it. You gotta deal with it. It's mandatory. You gotta deal with it. Ain't no nothing. You can't even complain. You complain, you weak. You complain, you tell it. You complain, the administration don't like you. Now you got to worry about these jokers, and you got to worry about the administration don't like it. So what that mean if administration don't like it? That don't mean nothing. Bank it, I don't like you anyway. Yeah, well, if they don't like you and somebody get down on you, somebody trying to kill you, somebody trying to hurt you, they don't care. And they might be slow to your rescue. They might be slow to get you to medical. You know what I'm saying? They all of that. All of that. So it's like you just lose. So your life is just in the dumpster, man, when you up in that joint, bro. You just in the dumpster. And the only quality of life you gonna have and the only security of your life that you gonna have is that which you apply. And the only way you gonna do that is by standing up, man, and let it be known how you coming and when you coming and that's it. Other than that, man, you ain't got nothing coming up in that joint. You ain't got nothing coming up in that joint. You got people right here, right now, out on the street don't want to walk down their street at nighttime in the dark by themselves. That's what you got to do in the penitentiary. Yeah, every night, and especially on the farm. Yeah, you out there at nighttime by yourself in that pod. Pitch black. Pitch black. Everybody might be scrapped. I assumed everybody was. I assumed everybody was. I'm moving around that joint. I got my whole pocket of my state coat. The inside, both pockets is straight holes in it. So my hand is inside my coat, but it's actually all still inside my sweatpants too, where I'm holding on to that joint like this. So it looked like my hand is in my pocket of my coat, but my hands is in my pocket in my coat, also inside my waistband, you know, inside my waistband. One time I had both of them on me at all times, especially like when I first got there. I got the lock in the sock wrapped around my hand on the left hand, and I got the joint in my right hand. And I'm out there at night, and I'm always up against the wall, either in front of my cell or either at the back. But when I was at the back, I probably was kicking it with somebody like Weed, kicking it with somebody like this, you know what I'm saying, my homeboy or Mouse or somebody that I knew, which was just a couple of people when I first got there. So, but I ain't never just willy-nilly out there just bloop, bloop, bloop. Not at nighttime. No, absolutely not. That's how you get snuck up on. You know what I'm saying? And you know, even though you think you ain't beefing with nobody, you don't know who beefing with you. So yeah, but if I stand in front of my cell, I be back on the wall, foot up on the wall, just looking at everybody, just seeing what's going on. Hands in my pocket, but if need be, I can pull them hands out of my pocket, and both of them gonna be filled up with something. You can believe, you can believe that. But I say that to say, this is how you living, dog, on a day-to-day basis, man. This is how you gotta live, man, in the penitentiary, man. It's just too much stress, too much pressure, man. You know what I'm saying? That you got to think in your mind that I might have to kill somebody today. You know what I'm saying? Or somebody might try to kill me today. That's how you gotta live, man. That's how you living in the penitentiary on every day, brother. If you can handle that pressure, man, go ahead on, keep on messing up out here. Keep on playing games out here. Keep on throwing rocks at the penitentiary out here. Keep on campaigning out here. You can get the life that you're looking for. You're going to get it. It's waiting for you up in there. It ain't going nowhere. It's still like that. It ain't going nowhere. It ain't going nowhere, man. It's designed like that. It's by design, not by coincidence. But, yeah, man, I just remembered it, man. That joint like a dark alley, bro. Like a dark alley. Man, you don't know how many people were so happy when they put them... Well, they put them cameras in that booth up in there, boy. You don't know how many jokers was so happy. It's like they just felt like that's the closest thing they came to getting out of penitentiary. It didn't stop everything, but it slowed a lot down. For sure, for sure. It slowed a lot down. You understand? But man, them dudes were so happy, man. You guys just think, man, the brothers can't sleep. They could lock their door because when they put the booth in there and put the keys, the automatic on the door, the whatever you call it, you know, it's controlled by the booth. When they open the doors, you can just pull your door back, close it, and it's locked. Click, click, it's locked. Somebody got to tell the person in the booth to open your door. So that brothers was able to sleep. You know what I'm saying? It be less people in the pod now. When you find out it's less people in the pod, you know why it's less people in the pod now, because now people feel like they can sleep. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to get through the door to get to them. So people felt like they could sleep. Man, less dudes felt like you know what I'm saying? They got light in there. Less dudes felt like somebody was gonna do something to them because the police could see it. They put them cameras in there. That camera can go all the way to every cell and zoom in on the cell. So it made some dudes move a little different, but just like anything else in the penitentiary. Once dudes got used to it, they figured out how to move around it. But before that, and them jokers was walking around that joint willy-nilly, free. You know they got the joint on them. Sometimes you can see it. See it right on them. Cause it won't know, you know what I'm saying? The supervision won't like that. So now, man, that joint, and I can't even tell you about that, but I don't know if it was their intention, but that joint probably saved a lot of lives. Probably, definitely saved a whole lot of assaults. Definitely saved them. Because now dudes knew that you really couldn't get away with what you wanted to get away with, because even if they didn't see it and even if he didn't tell it, they was going to just run the camera back and they going to pinpoint you. They'll go frame for frame for frame and they going to pinpoint you. You did. But it is what it is, man. I'm just saying, I'm just reflecting, man. Them was some hard times right there, brother. Them was some hard times, man. But thank God in the squad I made it through that joint. But, you know, you might not be so lucky, man. So stay on the street, man. Y'all be safe, be smart, make good decisions, man. Talk to me in the comments. I talk back, hype the video. As far as the hype goes, people was asking me about it, saying they couldn't hype. Trail told me you can only hype like 3 times a week or something like that. Or 3 times. If you use them all up in one video, it's only that. But it's just like you get 3 a week or something like that. So y'all check up on it yourself to see. But the hype do help the video. Your comments help the video. And making sure you subscribe helps the channel. So y'all do that, man. Let's keep this thing going, man. Can't stop, won't stop, man. TBP Nation, stand up, be safe, be smart, make good decisions, stay free, and duck them hooks, man. We out of here. Boom.
Yeah. The banky special.
Yeah.
Pure delicious.
Pure deliciousness, man.
My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.